Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another session of podcast. I wish and I'm sure you will enjoy listening to the broadcast.
So, what we'd like to understand from you to start with is the history of the consumption of milk, cows, buffaloes' milk, cattle milk. How did it come into play into human life?
Yeah, last time we explained you how milk replaces
Mothers.
mother's milk. That is how milk slowly have come into human food. Today it is a dominant food in the world.
Staple.
Yeah, dominant food in the world. In 2017, India was the number one milk producer in the world. In
Right.
2018, USA has taken over. In
USA.
2017, India and then USA number two, China was number three. This year, USA has taken over in 2018, number one, and India has become number two, China has become number three. As you see, the global phenomenon at the moment, you have 600 million metric ton of milk is produced, the third largest
Yes.
carbohydrate food produced in the world.
Yes.
So milk is dominating our daily life in every country in the world. There is milk becomes an essential part of your food bank store at home.
Right.
Yeah, this must have started many millions of years as old as humanity. They are so brilliant enough to make use of the nature's products around them for their living. So, the historians try to rely upon the archaeological evidence. So, how many years before man has identified cow's milk? You have buffalo milk. If you go to the desert areas, you have the camel milk.
Camel milk.
Yeah, and there are many people know the goat milk is much better than cow milk actually.
Healthier.
So, healthier because of the nutrient value of the milk. But if you see the goat is small in size, the cows are big in size. So an average cow, average production of milk from a cow today, estimated as 2,200 liters per annum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the statistics given. So imagine 600 million metric ton of cow's milk is produced all over the world. So history of milk is as old as humanity.
Right.
It is an integral part of your life. I don't think so you can think of a life without milk.
Yeah, milk and milk products.
It is, yeah. It is ruled out.
Right.
And imagine the connected product to it. The butter, the ghee, the hundreds of varieties of cheese. It keeps going, the curd, the yogurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's too much. There is no end.
No idea.
And still they are discovering to do many products out of milk. So milk is the most dominant food of the humanity. There is no way that you can live a life without milk.
Okay, so what is the chemistry of milk, if we need to break it down for our viewers to understand? If you could explain what the composition of milk is.
Composition of milk is very simple. Milk has everything. Milk is a wholesome food by itself. It has the sugar content called lactose.
Lactose, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a disaccharide carbohydrate, and it has its own fat content, cholesterol content, 5 grams out of every 100 grams. It has good amount of protein. 3.4% is the protein.
Right.
That's called the beta casein protein. It has sodium, it has potassium, it has magnesium.
The salts are all there.
There are many things to it in milk. So milk becomes a whole food by itself. It has carbohydrate, it has protein, it has fat, which are the main 3 things. Along with that, you have other vital. What is vitamin? Is nothing other than VIT from vital, and mineral MIN is vitamin. So you have vital minerals in milk. and the major part of the milk is water. So milk is a balanced nutrient value stuff. Which has everything. Suppose you're stuck somewhere in an island where you have only cows, you have nothing else. You can just survive with milk for however long you want.
Okay.
Yeah, milk is such a balanced a nutrient value component, but it is a biological material. It has its own microbial load,
Okay.
which is very huge actually.
Right. So cow's milk is given a lot of significance, especially in Indian culture, more than buffalo's milk or goat's milk. So how is cow's milk different from the milk of other cattle, especially in terms of human consumption?
Yeah, they have analyzed all the milk from various animals. So, cow is the most a friendly animal up to a certain point. They have domesticated it. Now, today you can see the dairies and all that stuff. So, cow is the one which is, as you said, biologically, the cow milk is closest to the human being. That they have discovered many thousands of years ago. So, buffalo milk is much different. It chills your body a lot. It's a cold stuff.
It's a cooling.
Yeah, cold stuff. But you get the thickest curd.
Yeah, it is even the cream and the it's much thicker in a buffalo.
More of fat.
More fat.
Yeah. Cow's milk is the one which is closest to human biology. That is why they preferred breeding the cows in a big way for milk consumption. You must have read about White Revolution and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody should, no household should suffer without milk and things like that. So, as the population starts growing,
make milk available.
You had only 33 crore population when we took the independence in 1947. Today we are 130 crores.
Yeah.
We have simply increased to 97 crores in the last 70 years. So you can understand.
Yeah.
So we were multiplying ourselves by more than a crore every year.
Every year.
So this 130 crore people has, what was the milk production in 1947? What is the milk production in 2019? So we were only concentrating on cow milk because the cow milk is the less harmful one.
Okay.
It is harmful at certain point that we will explain you, but the most less harmful compared to all the other animal milks.
Okay. And goat milk, while you did mention that is very healthy and nutritious, how easy is it to consume or digest? Is it?
No, see, goat is a small animal, and their pregnancy and childbirth is totally different. Cow gives only one calf, but the goat 2, 3 and all that stuff. So you cannot milk the whole thing, and it gives you very little milk.
Very little milk.
Not like cow. So it cannot, serve the population. So only those few people who have access to it. There are goat milk available today in the market. Yeah, in Tetra Pak and things like that. Very seldom, and which cannot satisfy the need of the consumption. So there are communities in villages who grow a lot of these goats, sheep and all that in various countries. They have access to their milk.
Okay.
And but as a cow dairy production, sheep and goat cannot, that family cannot be, humanity do not rely upon
suffice,
that for that huge amount of production and the need, the demand which we have in the human society for the milk.
So speaking of dairy milk, most of commercially available milk is from large dairies. And with that again comes the bifurcation of an A1 milk and an A2 milk, and which is healthier. How is it different? If you could tell us the difference between what is A1 milk and A2 milk.
Yeah, this is a very important question. But before that, now what exactly has happened is that, in the villages they used to have a few cow at home, and the ladies are very smart. The guys are also very smart. They get up early in the morning, they go and, they fold their legs, sit down, and they milk the cow.
Yeah.
And that cannot be done now because you have a farm, a dairy farm, You have around 3,000 cows. When are you going to milk the cows?
Milk the cow, yeah.
You can't. So what do I do?
Machines.
Go give a hormone injection first.
Oh,
I go give the hormone injection first, and then I have the machine within minutes. This hormone is found in the milk.
okay.
There itself it is injurious to you. Your so-called industrialization is inevitable. We have no choice.
Yeah.
And the hazard is at the back of your door. This is first. You do have industrialized machines where they bring in the huge amount of milk for processing, pasteurization and all that stuff.
Yeah.
First it goes through this machine and that residue of the hormone is released, extracted from the milk to make it safer. No doubt.
Yeah.
But it's so expensive, most of your processing unit do not have it.
Do not have it.
No. In India, only Avin in Tamil Nadu has it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think so, none of the others. Most of them doesn't have. I know in Tamil Nadu, Avin has that. It is a German technology machine which can remove your...
So the hormone that's injected is taken out, or the milk is sans the hormone once you receive.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the hormone, it has its own impact on you. Like how the poultry, the chicken, which we're going to talk later, has the same hormonal problem because they induce a lot of hormone to keep this chicken away from getting diseased.
Disease.
So like that, this hormone which is injected to the cow to do the milking through the machine, which has its own impact. Now we have never had this A1, A2 problem around 100 years before or 120 years before. At the turn of 1900s, as we were needing more and more milk, so like how your biotechnology, your so-called genius of a subject, has gone and fiddled everything, make a huge tomato grow like a pumpkin,
And make a bonsai out of a pumpkin.
Yeah, and then, you fiddled everything. Likewise, they started fiddling the cows with its chromosome and different breeds and whatnot. To make, if a cow can give you about 3 liters of milk and 2 liters of milk in the morning, in the evening, they have made it to give 30 liters of milk in the morning and 18 liters of milk in the evening.
True. Yeah.
There this problem started. So today we have only certain breeds in India, the Indian regular cows, Indian breeds.
Indian breeds.
And some of the breeds in Africa are the only cows which can give you A2 milk.
Okay.
Balance the entire world. The Jersey, the black and white, all these guys, different breeds of all their genes were being fiddled. Their chromosomes have been altered and so many nonsense have gone on to produce more milk, which led to this A1 milk.
Okay.
So what's the difference between the A1 milk and the A2 milk? It's very simple. Milk, the protein part of the milk is called the beta-casein protein. Okay. What is a protein? Protein is a number of amino acids is lined up in a sequence. Makes a protein. Number of amino acids in a particular sequence makes a protein. So this beta-casein protein in A2 milk as a sequence. In A1 milk, it has one amino acid extra.
Okay. So this is the scientific.
You can go to the net and see the picture. It has one amino acid extra. So as you consume the A1 milk, because of this difference in the beta-casein protein having one amino acid extra, it produces a component called BCM7 molecule.
Okay.
That's called the beta-casomorphin 7 molecule, which starts having a terrific impact over your cardiovascular system, your inflammatory imbalance, and which in turn affects your oxygenation. Slowly you get into a lot of abnormality, leading to some section of pathology or not. This is the basic difference between the A1 and the A2 milk. And we have no technology whatsoever to eliminate this one amino
Eliminate the
acid
amino acid.
and make the A1 into A2 milk.
Okay, so it's either A1 or A2. You cannot
Suppose
convert.
you are born in India. If you go to US or New Zealand or Australia, if you start drinking that milk, that's not going to suit you. For most of us,
Yes.
we either start, very uncomfortable, or we start puking, or the indigestion starts in us. We find it very difficult. If you are used to that, it's fine. Now, there is a book called Devil in the Milk, which talks about this BCM7 molecule. There are scientists argue there is no difference between the A1 and the A2. It's all the same. I would prefer that they would like to cover up the scientific revolution that they have done to make the cows produce more milk and come out with funny breeds which can grow big, massive, whatnot. And then, they argue that way. But the A1 milk is not good for you. The A2 milk is good for you.
Okay, thank you. And one thing, going back to our ancient culture, the Tamil science, how is milk used and consumed at that point compared to what it is today, our consumption of milk or our use of milk products? How was it done in the ancient times?
Ancients have used this in a brilliant manner, no doubt. They have kept cattle at home, these so-called domesticated animals, because they need a lot of this cow dung for the agriculture.
Right.
They need bulls for plowing the lands and all that stuff. And they had their own cows for, mainly for buttermilk and ghee, more than the milk consumption. Because there are a lot of biological understanding between the milk and the human age factor, which is very beautifully studied by the ancients. Ancients are very clever, very brilliant. Till today we don't know
True.
what is the connection between the milk and our age factor. So ghee is one of the most important stuff because the fat content of the milk is drawn away from the curd.
Right.
So curd is what you are going to introduce yeast, and once the yeast is grown, it becomes curd. And milk is something which is very sensitive material. Milk has a very less microbial load as it is drawn from the cow. Of course, not this hormone.
Yeah.
No, not that
Not
stuff.
the commercially available.
Yeah. You see we take the village side where people milk the cow by themselves. The hormone doesn't come into play. So milk is very sensitive. Now, the moment the milk is taken, it is used. The more you boil it and keep it, this microbial load of the milk, whatever is little there, it's going to multifold itself hundreds of times. Storing milk and having it is a deadly microbial load which leads to lot of problems in a human system. So those guys, they know how to handle the milk.
Okay.
How much they need only they take. They use it for curd, buttermilk, ghee, butter, whatever. The balance that they give it to the cow. There is no storage of milk. Evening again they will milk it for your tea, coffee or whatever it is, whatever you're going to have. That way whatever is, if it is needed only it is taken, not stored and used. They will never store and use a milk. Even now today you can see that in many villages. Whether they know the science behind it or not, their ancestors from generation to generation, they have taught them that this is how you must handle it. And that's how they handle it.
Thank you very much for spending your quality time. Thank you very much for your attention. I wish you enjoyed this session. See you later.